Good Saturday morning, everybody. Cecil Pearson Jr. coming at you here live on YouTube with a special message about what I saw last night and an answer to a lot of people's questions. And they're not going to like the answer. I promise. I hope each and every one of you are just as blessed as I am, if not more so. I pray more so, but I am blessed to be out here this morning, and I know that. Hello, Angela, Logan, Weffy, Jay Remedy, Terry, James, Jim, Chrissy, Jules. I know Brother Brent ain't going to like this morning. Hello, Graham, Albert, Jonathan, Clint, Isaac. Love you right back, man. Now, before I get started on what I saw, I need to take care of something. Some people are new and just don't know. So I'm not going to be fussing at them. I'm just gonna state it. Oh yeah, I'll be fine, Kristen. um, if you're a night owl and you're up at between 1 and 5 in the morning, please don't message me. I don't care what it is unless it's a prayer request. I'm trying to sleep. And I've had this one fellow been messaging me between 1 and 5 every morning, waking me up. Please don't do that. Wait until a decent hour, please. I have a hard enough time going to sleep with these tubes in my chest. I really can't be woke up in the middle of the night like that unless it's a serious prayer request. Please. I'm asking you nicely, please. And for the lady who keeps emailing, I'm assuming she's a lady because, well, she calls herself Queen. For the lady that keeps emailing me, you went to spam box last night. So, no, I'm not reading your messages. You wait until it's time for me to go to bed. You treat my email box like it's a messenger box. And all you do is complain about what I preach and the way I say things and correct me all the time. If you don't like what I got to say, honey, don't come on my channel. Won't you make yourself a channel of your own and get out there and spread all the garbage you want to spread? But I ain't hearing it. I've had enough of it. That's why you went to spam box. I've just had enough of it. Every email from you is condescending, judgmental, and self-righteous, and I've had enough of it. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. But as for me, I'm done with it. You'll not speak to me that way again. I've had all of it I'm going to have. So there's that. And oh yeah, just because you see it on Facebook or YouTube don't mean it's the God's honest truth. People lie on the internet all the time. And if you think that just because you found one link claiming that there are lizard people walking around, don't mean there's actually lizard people walking around. Lord have mercy. All you got to do, folks, when somebody sends you something like that, before you post it to your Facebook or to YouTube or to your Instagram or your Snapchat or wherever you share stuff at, is research it. Research it. Go look and see if there's 3 or more credible sources with that information. Credible sources with that information out there. If there is, then you can pretty well rest assured that it's true. But if the only thing you getting it from is satire websites, let it alone. Satire means lie, means fake, means not actually happening. I could sit here all day and say I'm an astronaut. I ain't never been on no rocket and don't have no intention to getting on one. But I could sit here all day and say I'm an astronaut and I've been to the moon. I ain't been to the moon. The only moon I've been to is the one I carry around on my backside. You feel me? Not everything on the internet is the truth. I suggest you get the spirit of discernment and start using it just a little bit. Now, with all that business tended to, let's get in to what I was shown last night. How many of you have noticed as of late you're not feeling good? You feel bad all the time. You just feel bad. You don't know why. You just feel bad. I'm sure quite a few of you. I was laying there wide awake last night. Wide awake. Gail was in the kitchen making me a cake at 10 o'clock at night because I wanted cake. And thought I could eat it. So she made me one. All of a sudden, I wasn't in my bedroom anymore. I was in this garden. There's a healthy size garden too, Megan. But I don't mean a garden like you grow out in your field. Not with little plants. This garden had trees. It had plants. It was full of fruits and vegetables. And an angel stood beside me and he pointed to the trees, motioned to the trees like this with his hand. And he says, Adam ate from these trees. Adam ate from these plants. Adam never got sick. God's people are getting sick because they're spending too much time eating things that are bad for them. And I said, I beg your pardon? What? He said, they're not eating the fruits and the vegetables with the seeds. You must consume the seed. The seed, therein lies the cures for most ailments that people have. Well, he said sickness. For most sicknesses that people have is the seeds inside of the fruit. And I said, but there's cyanide in seeds. He goes, but there's other things that are with it that prevents it from harming the body. But the cyanide kills the germs that are in your body. It does not kill the host. And it made so much sense because instantly I was reminded that while I was on that antifungal, the only thing I could eat was fruits and vegetables. I couldn't consume any kind of meat, no dairy, no bread, no nothing, just fruits and vegetables. I lived on watermelon, cantaloupe, apples, peaches. I lived on it. Chrissy's a witness to it. But what do you want? You want the hamburger, the French fries, and that Coca-Cola. There's nothing wrong with a hamburger. There's nothing wrong with French fries. There's nothing wrong with the Coca-Cola. But you're skipping the healthy stuff that God created for you to eat. You're skipping the fruits. You're skipping the vegetables. Well, when I eat fruits and vegetables, I get diarrhea. You ever think there's a reason for that? It's getting rid of the poison that is in your body. It's getting rid of the poison that's in your body. Do you know that people who eat collard greens, mustards, turnips, the spinach, the big broadleaf leafy greens, don't need as much iron in their diet because it comes right out of a plant? Did you know that people that eat pepper, hot peppers, I can't stand them. I can't stand the burn. But people that eat hot peppers don't have to take as much blood thinner because the pepper thins the blood. Now, I want you to think about that for a minute. God understood that there was going to be people who had blood that was a little too thick that might cause them a stroke or might give them a heart attack or give them a pulmonary edema long before doctors even knew what that was, and he made a pepper to keep your blood thin and to spice up your food. I can have a little pepper, and I do. But God knew it. The greatest fruit that we have access to today is an apricot. Most people don't like them. I don't like that. It ain't sweet enough. It's too tough. It's chewy. It's stringy. It's what you need. It's the stuff in it what you need. We're supposed to consume the fruits and the seeds. Did you hear me? The seeds. What did God say when he saw the plants that produce seeds? He said, "This is good." Now I want you to look. Cantaloupe, seeds. Watermelon, seeds. Apples, seeds. Pears, seeds. Grapes, seeds. Bananas, super high rich in potassium and fiber, seeds. Tomatoes, super high rich in potassium, calcium, and vitamin C, seeds that you consume. Cucumbers, you consume them. Squash, you consume the seeds. All these things that you eat that has seeds in it that you consume is good for the body. Well, Brother Cecil, I really like peas. The pea is a seed. If you let it dry out, it makes another pea, doesn't it? The pea makes its own seed. So does the beans. They make their own seed. You see what I'm saying? And I didn't get to see it. I wasn't allowed to look at it, but I could see it glowing from where I was standing. And it was in the center of the forest, in the garden, the center of the garden. And the angel leaned over and said, the tree of life is a fruit. Let that sink in for just a minute. The tree of life is a fruit. It's not a cow. It's not a pig. It's not a chicken. It's not a sheep. It's not a rabbit. It's not a squirrel. It's not a deer, an elk, or a moose. It's a fruit. The message today is we need to consume the things that God intended for us to consume. We can still eat our hamburger. We can still eat our pork chop, our fried chicken. We can still consume lamb chops and gyros if that's what you want to eat. We can still consume rabbits and squirrels and elks and deer and bears. Oh my, we can consume anything because God let down the sheet. And whatever God says is clean is clean. But he specifically designed, here you go, Brent, all them green leafy vegetables that you hate, he designed them to take care of your body. All these fruits and stuff that you don't like or don't want, God specifically designed them to take care of your body. You want to know why you're sick? You're not eating God's medication. Those fruits and those vegetables are God's medication. This is according to the angel that led me to the Garden of Eden last night. It is. Thank you, Kristen. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. It is the medication to keep you running. But you turn your nose up at it. I don't like that. It tastes bad. Tastes funny. Feels weird in my mouth. Juices, if it's 100% fruit juice, is good to drink. Water's good to drink. You can have soda, but you must have that good old-fashioned water every day. If you don't, flush out your system with good old-fashioned water each and every day. Every day. Then you're going away from home. And I used to didn't believe that until last night. But when I was sick on that medication, and still is to some extent, there's still some things I just cannot eat. Makes me sick. The second I put it in my mouth. Cheese is one of them. And I love cheese. I lived on watermelons, cantaloupe, apples, and peaches. Watermelon, cantaloupe, apples, and peaches. I survived on it. for almost a month because I couldn't eat anything else. Everything else made me throw up. Couldn't drink soda. It made me throw up. Couldn't drink milk. Made me throw up. But I could drink water. I'm glad you mentioned that, MG. You know, you're feeling a little tired, feeling a little run down, get yourself a pomegranate. Pop that thing open and eat about half of it. Don't swallow them seeds. Get the pulp off of them. Spit the seed out. Or hold them in your jaw and suck on them. You'll get the nutrients out of it that way. But eat that pomegranate. Just half. Trust me, just half. And within 45 minutes of consuming that half a pomegranate, you'll have so much energy, you won't know what to do with yourself. You'll be wide open. You'll be alert like you have drank 100 pots of coffee. You'll be right ready to go. That's a fact. Gail eats a pomegranate and she can't be still. She just does a quarter at a time and can't be still. She'll be zipping and buzzing and cleaning and making quilts and baking all at the same time because she can't be still. Yeah, seeds have cyanide, but they have 2 other chemicals in there with it too that prevents the cyanide from hurting you. But it hurts the stuff that ain't supposed to be in you. Do you know people who eat seeds don't get cancer? It's because cancer can't live in a cyanide environment. How you doing? I looked all this stuff up this morning. I looked every bit of it up this morning. Sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, peanut is a seed, a potato is a seed, but you need to stop getting rid of the peeling on your potato. You need to eat it. What? I gotta eat the peeling on a tater? Yeah, that's where the vitamins and nutrients are. The rest of it's just starch to fuel the body. But your vitamins and your nutrients are in the skin. Mm-hmm. Sure is. To me, there's nothing any better than getting you some of them little brown, red, new potatoes and boiling them. And when they get done, you put your 2 sticks of butter in a little bit of water and salt and flip them potatoes around and around and around in that hot water, butter, and salt. And then set them taters out on your plate, skin and all, and just cut them and eat them. They're fantastic. They're fantastic. Oh, by the way, let me see who it was so I'll know who it was for certain. For Matthew Coons of Jim Lawler. Happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy birthday. I hope that you are blessed. Oh, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy birthday. I hope that you are blessed. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, but you can take a regular old tater, cut it, leave skin on it now. Cut it, wash it, cut it where it's, like if it's a big tater, cut it in like eighths in long strips. Put some flour on, seasoned flour. I use Lowry seasoning salt in my flour. Put that on there. Then dredge it through an egg wash. And then dredge it through some more flour. Egg wash again, flour. Seasoned flour. Egg wash again, flour. Now fry that. Fry that wet potato wedge. That thing will be crispy. It'll be seasoned well. And it'll be, so good. Woo! Good Lord have mercy. I mean, it'll be good. But you take that tater, you take a baked potato, a sweet potato, and do the same thing with it. You make sweet tater fries out of it. Sweet tater wedges. Then you got the salty on the outside from the Lowry seasoning salt, and your flour and the crunch. And then you got the sweetness on the inside. For those that like the salty and the sweet combination together. You got it right there. I think I always did too, but I have found that it helps. Y'all like, well, Brent don't, but y'all like pecans? I like pecans. I'm from Georgia, and we say pecan. Ain't no O in the word. It's not pecan. It's pecan. The A never makes an all. On, pecan, O-N, on, and pecan, C-A-N, can. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. This is a cashew. This cashew grows on a tree. I don't eat these. This is an almond. I'm allergic to almonds. I don't eat them. This is a hazelnut. Well, don't eat them, Jalen. This is a hazelnut. Grows on a tree. That's pecan. Grows on a tree. That's a peanut. Grows on a bush under the ground. But nevertheless, a seed all the same. A little bit of that is protein and a little starch. It's good for you. It's also high fiber. It's going to make you go to the bathroom. It'll give you the Trotskys if you eat a little too much of it. Dehydrated apple, dehydrated apricot, dehydrated raisins, or dehydrated grapes turn to raisins. Prunes. I ain't ate no prune. I love them. Always have. Plums. Apricots. Papaya, pineapple. Love that stuff, dude. Love it. Dehydrated apple chips. You want to get you a good snack to watch a movie with? Get yourself some dehydrated apple chips and dehydrated, are you ready? Banana chips. And sit down and watch your movie. And eat the fruit that God created for you. And leave the stuff alone that he didn't. However, God did create popcorn. It's a seed. And he called it good. But God didn't create Junior Mints. God didn't create peanut butter cups. You know, chocolate, I'm about to blow y'all's mind. Chocolate, in its purest form, the cocoa bean, is toxic. It'll kill you. It's got to be processed down. But once that chocolate is processed, that cocoa bean is processed down, and it's able to be consumed, it contains antioxidants that help with heart function and help with bone function. How you doing? Even what everybody seems to love, chocolate, can be good for you in small amounts. But have you ever noticed when you eat too much of it, you get a stomach ache, you get sick, you throw up, or you get the runs? Because it's toxic to the body. So you only eat a little at a time. I've got here, I don't mind showing people, because I'm a diabetic and my blood sugars drop, I keep candy in my drawer. Keep candy on my desk. I got candy everywhere. That is a dark chocolate. That is a York peppermint patty. Watch this here. Isaac, stay away from citrus. Now, I might eat another peppermint patty tonight, but I won't go right back into it. You remember them fruit slices I was eating on last month? There's the rest of them. Remember them giant jelly beans from last month? There's the rest of them. I don't just lay to it. I eat it when I feel a little run down. But I think I'm going to start doing something else. I think I'm going to start having a piece of fruit after what I was shown last night. See, I'm a good boy. I like green beans and squash. I like cabbage. I like zucchini. I like eggplant. I like turnip greens, mustard greens, collard greens. I like spinach. I like artichoke. I like peas and butter beans and lima beans and ladyfinger peas and black-eyed peas and zipper peas. I love all kinds of vegetables. Love corn. Love pumpkin. I don't like pumpkin seeds, but I love pumpkin. I love me some sunflower seeds, and I'm going to get to some of them today. Yes, sir. You can take that to the bank. I'm going to have some on my desk this evening. But I love flowers, vegetables, and seeds. I love them. Cucumbers, sweet peppers, bell peppers. Yeah, love it. Love it. And then there are some among us, I won't name any names, but his initials are Brent Ellis. I'm sorry, B.E. that only eat corn. And maybe a green bean if he's got to. But if he's got to eat green peas, he swallows them whole. He won't even entertain the idea of having a piece of broccoli. No. Broccoli's chock full of iron and fiber. And Brent would rather go out and chew on a tire rim to get his iron, and eat hay for fiber than he had touched broccoli. They're good. God said they're good. That person's intestines were not working properly. I've heard all kinds of tales about people. Oh, I chewed my fingernails and they found fingernails in my appendix. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. The only thing that can get into your appendix is liquid. That's what gets in it. And then some of the liquids can make it become inflamed. But it's actually good. Oh, yes, sir. Them little English green peas mixed in with some mashed taters. Woo! That, and if you got some good sweet corn, you can mix that in with the mashed taters too. Yeah. And I like to take mashed taters and not put gravy on it, put ketchup on it. Mix the ketchup up in it, eat the mashed taters with the ketchup. That's good too. That's real good. But there's a lot of folks out there that just don't understand. And if they do understand, I got peanuts on my chest. If they do understand, they don't care. But I'm here to tell you, I was taken to the Garden of Eden and shown these things for a purpose. You're sick and you're run down and you feel bad because you rely on ba 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 ba, I'm loving it too much. You rely on where's the beef too much. You rely on have it your way. See, speaking the truth, the devil gets right to you. You rely on have it your way. Have it your way at Burger King. You rely too much on Kentucky Fried Chicken. They do it right, tender and juicy, bite after bite. Yeah, see, I know the old commercials. Nobody outpieces the Hut. Sonic, Checkers, A&W, Chick-fil-A, Lee's Fried Chicken, White Castles and Crystals, Little Caesars, You mean two all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun? Lord, that chicken from Popeyes! Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, everybody relies on fast food. I remember a time, and Brent, and I know Chrissy does, because we're old enough to remember, when you pack up the car to take a trip, and you stop at a place called Stuckey's, Stukeys, Stuckey's. And they had some off the wall drinks in there. And you'd go in there and you'd get you a drink. When you got back out, your mom and your daddy had you a sandwich made from cold cuts that they had put in a cooler. And you had bread, you had cheese, you had your Miracle Whip of mayonnaise or ketchup, whatever you like. Most time it was bologna and cheese with ketchup or mayonnaise on there. And you had a sandwich, and if you'd been real good, your daddy would let you get a pack of tater chips out of the Stuckey's. So you'd get a drink and a bag of chips, and they'd make a sandwich. There wasn't none of this stopping by, getting none of this Burger King or McDonald's or Wendy's or Hardee's or none of that. Wasn't none of that. You made a sandwich on the way. We stopped at Six Gun Territory in Texas one time when my daddy went out there to see his family. We stopped at Six Gun Territory. And I said, ooh, they got hamburgers in there and they smell good. Daddy said, smell them's all you gonna do. They won't $5 a piece for a hamburger. I'll make you a bologna sandwich out there at the car when it's time to eat for 50 cents. That's all you have it. Daddy wasn't kidding. He did not buy me nothing to eat inside that park. We got hungry. We went back to the cooler and ate in a hot Texas parking lot. And I said, Daddy, why are we doing this? He said, number one, I got the money to buy the hamburgers, but I don't know what's in them. I don't know where they're from, and I don't know who cooked them. And I ain't eating something I don't know where it came from. And I don't know what's in it. Citrus fruit. Orange juice, lemonade, stuff like that. Anything with citrus in it aggravates GERD. But I was raised
on eating a lot of vegetables out of the jars that we grew. So we knew there was no tampering with the genetics of the plants because we saved our seeds. Mama would make tomato juice, and when she'd make tomato juice, she'd have a whole handful of seeds that we'd dry on a piece of tin laying on the well. And we'd take them seeds, and once they're dry, and put them in a Ziploc bag and zip them up, and we'd plant them next year. We'd take dry peas right off the bush, dry butter beans right off the bush. We'd let several ears of sweet corn go until it was dry and you could get the kernels off of it, and that's what we planted the next year. We didn't keep buying seeds over and over. We planted the stuff we had. You know what I'm talking about? God created for you and for me and for everybody on this planet fruits and vegetables. Not when Adam was alive, that's all they knew to eat. That's all that was available. But when Peter was hungry, God let down the sheet and told him to pick anything he wanted and eat it. And he says, I can't eat this. It's got unclean animals in it. And God said, whatever I have sanctified is clean, which means we can eat these other things, but you can't just eat the other things. You must eat. We sung happy birthday to you, Kundi, but you wasn't in here. You must eat other things like the turnips, the mustards, the collards, the broccoli, the cauliflower, the spinach. For those who can stomach them, I can't. Brussels sprouts, but I can't eat cabbage. You must eat these fruits and vegetables in order to keep your body in order. You want to stop being sick all the time and catching everything that comes down the pike. Get a hold of some fruits and vegetables and make them part of your daily diet. You're going to have to do it. This is important. If it wasn't, God wouldn't have shown me by an angel last night the Garden of Eden and him explain this to me. Do you understand this? This is important. And I realize a lot of people just don't want to hear it. I really don't care what you don't want to hear. I ain't here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what God said tell you. And he said you better add these fruits and vegetables to your diet or you're not going to make it. And that's all I got. I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I got to go pick up some medical supplies. But I love y'all, and I'll holler at y'all later. Bye now.